Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Kat. Today is the second segment of our Intro to Pilates. If you haven't done the first segment, it's not a problem at all. I will be going over some of the things that we learned in that class. The main thing was finding imprint and neutral. I'm not going to go as in depth as I did in the first class, but you're more than welcome to check it out later if you want to go over some of that stuff. I also have a short tutorial specifically just on neutral and imprint and how to find it. So let's get started on segment 2. We're going to make our way to our mats. And right away, you're going to find your neutral spine, which means that the weight is resting heavy on your sacrum, flat bone at the base of the spine. There's a little bit of an arch in your lower back. Your legs are hip width, so your heels, your knees are in line with your hip bones. Your feet are flat, neck is nice and relaxed, arms can be down by your sides. From here, you're going to take a deep inhalation through the nose. And you're going to exhale through pursed lips. And again, deep inhalation through the nose. And exhaling through pursed lips. And again, inhale here. As you exhale this time, you're going to pull your belly button in, tuck your tailbone, and gently press your lower back down. That is your imprint spine. And inhale here, release, come back to neutral. We're going to keep rocking back and forth between neutral. And on the exhalation, we tilt the pelvis, press the lower back down to imprint. And again, inhale, you release, coming to neutral. And exhale, tuck, press the lower back down. You're in your imprint spine. Let's just do one more. We're going to maintain the imprint spine on the next one. You're going to stay here, maintain that abdominal contraction. Don't jam your back down onto the floor, but just keep it softly pressed down. Without losing that, you're going to take your right leg up to tabletop. Make sure that your back's still pressing down. Your knees bent 90 degrees, your hip is bent 90 degrees. The shin parallel to the floor, that is tabletop. Take the leg back down. We're going to alternate side to side. Moving with the breath. Keeping the lower back pressed down. And again, taking one leg up. Careful when you take the leg up, that two things. A, you're not letting your lower back lift. You're also not taking the leg in too close to your chest, right? So you're taking it just a 90-degree bend, not past 90 degrees. Let's do one more on either side. And release. Good. You're going to keep the imprint spine. Take one leg up to tabletop. Now really connect through those lower abs so that you can slowly lift your opposite leg up. Both legs are on tabletop. Your back's still pressing down. You're going to release your right leg down. Take the left leg down. From here, release. Take a little breather. Come back to neutral. And again, inhale here. Exhale, you're going to press your lower back down. We're going to start with the left leg this time. You take it up to tabletop. Keep pushing your lower back down. Take the right leg up to tabletop. The left leg goes down. Right leg goes down and release to neutral. And again, exhale, press the lower back down. Maintain imprint. Right leg comes up. Left leg comes up. Right leg goes down. Left leg goes down. Release to neutral. One more time, starting on the left. As you exhale, you tuck your tailbone, press the back down. Your left leg comes up. The right one follows. Keep the back pressing. Left leg goes down. Right leg goes down. Good job. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Start with your shoulder blades flat on the floor. You're going to keep those elbows nice and straight. On the inhalation, without lifting your head, I just want you to lift your shoulder blades off the ground. Like you're going to touch the ceiling with your fingertips and then gently lower them back down, coming to the mat. They're flat on your mat. And again, fingertips reach up and inhale, come down. And again, exhale, arms reach up. And release. Let's do two more. And release. Just one more. And release. Good job. Keep your arms where they are. We're going to go into another principle of Pilates, which is your rib cage. I want you to reach your arms to the back. as far as they can go. There should be no pain in the shoulders. And see how your rib cage wants to open out here. Now, we don't want to do that. We don't want to allow the rib cage, the ribs to just flare out. So take your arms back up to the ceiling. Find your neutral spine. We're going to do this again. This time, I want you to keep your ribs connected. So we're going to start to move the arms slowly back. As they go back, the second you start to feel like you're overarching your lower back and the ribs are popping out, you're not going to go that far. So you're only going to go as far as you can maintain that rib cage connection. And take your arms up. Do a few more. And just do one more. And then you're going to place your hands on your rib cage. And we're going to use a little bit of cueing and assistance from our hands to get that proper form in the rib cage. So your hands are going to be down at the lowest part of your ribs. I want you to take a deep inhalation here, and as you inhale, imagine that you're trying to press your ribs into your hands. So your rib cage is sort of opening out from the side, like it's going to go push into the hands, and as you exhale, you're going to use your hands to gently guide your ribs in and down. So when you're inhaling, think about pushing your rib cage into the hands and up to allow air to fill your lungs. And then as you exhale, the hands can gently guide, don't overdo it. Just gently guide your ribs in and downward. Air comes out of the lungs. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale. This one is a little bit tricky to get. It took me years to get this one, so be patient with yourselves. Pushing the ribs into the hands as we inhale, everything expands. There's room for the lungs to fill with air, and then as you exhale, the ribs come in and down to expel all the air out of your lungs. Okay, now take your arms back up. We're going to combine both here. You're going to inhale. Think about pushing your ribs out, right? Like they were pushing into your hands. Not up, but out. And then exhale, the rib cage comes back down. And again, inhale. Ribs go sideways, not out. And then exhale, they come back in. Let's do two more. Inhale. And exhale, close the rib cage. Let's just do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. Take your hands behind your head. Your elbows are going to stay wide. You're going to do a pelvic tilt here. So you're moving from your neutral to your imprint spine. Maintain this imprint. Take your right leg up to tabletop. We're going to keep the left foot on the ground for now. You're going to gently drop your chin towards your chest and then lift head, shoulders, scapula off the mat. From here, keeping those elbows wide, you're going to pulse your chest up. Exhaling each time. Up and up and up. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your head down. Take your right foot down. Come back to neutral spine. Inhale here. Exhale, start by tucking your tailbone. You're pressing your lower back down onto the floor. Maintain that imprint. The left leg comes up now to tabletop. Bring your chin towards your chest and you lift head, shoulders, scapula off the mat. Elbows stay wide. We're going to pulse it here. Exhaling sharply every time we go up. Exhale and out and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release your head down. Take your foot back down. Come back to imprint. We're going to add on. Tuck your tailbone. Press your lower back down. Maintain that abdominal contraction. Keep the ribs closed here. Take one leg up to tabletop. Still your back is pressing down. You lift the opposite leg up to tabletop. Hands are still behind your head. Tuck your chin. Lift head, shoulders, scapula off the mat. Here we go, elbows wide, exhaling. Make sure you can keep your back firmly onto your mat here. Don't let it arch. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, take your head down, take your knees towards your chest. You can rock side to side. We're going to take our feet back onto the floor, flat and hip width. Start with your arms up towards the ceiling. Your shoulder blades are on the mat. You're going to take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to start to lower your arms to the front. You're going to tuck your chin like you want to go look between your knees. And then you're slowly going to lift your head, shoulders off the mat. Reach your hands for behind your thighs. We're going to stay here. Inhale. And exhale, lower down, arms come back up. And again, same thing here, nice and slow. Inhale, tuck your chin, slowly start to round up, reaching for the backs of your thighs. Now, if you can, you're gonna bend your elbows. See if you can come up just a little bit more here. You're rounding your spine, you're creating a C curve, and then release it, coming back down. Great job, everyone. And again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, here we go. Reach for the back of your thighs. Now, once you're here, bend your elbows. See if you can come up just a little bit more. Round your spine a little bit more. Hold it, and then come down. We're going to do only one more exactly this way. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin, round up. Reach for the backs of your thighs. Pull in a little bit more. Hold it just for a second. And then you release it all the way down. You're going to extend your legs. Take them about hip width apart. You can have your feet pointed or flexed. I'm going to keep mine pointed for now. But don't let your legs turn out. Don't let them turn in. You want to have them nice and parallel. You're going to reach your arms behind you if you can. If you have any pain in the shoulder, if you've got shoulder injuries, if this is uncomfortable, start with your arms up towards the ceiling. That's totally fine. You're only going all the way back if you can. Same as we just started before. You're going to inhale as the arms reach up. You're going to tuck your chin, start to lift your head. You're looking between your legs, looking right between those big toes. You're going to roll up just until your shoulder blades lift off the mat. And then we're going to come back down. All the way down, arms go to where it's comfortable. Same thing here. Inhale, start to reach your arms up, tuck your chin. As you exhale, you start to round the spine. We're reaching for those toes. Look between your toes. Imagine you want to touch your big toes with your fingertips and then come down. We're going to do 3 more exactly like this. Inhale, the arms reach up. Tuck your chin. You lift. And we come down. We're going to do 2 more. Inhale up. Tuck your chin. Reach for those toes. Lift up. See if you can go a little higher this time. And come down. Just 1 more time. Inhale up. And exhale. Reach, reach, reach for those toes. And down. Throwing a little curveball your way. We're going to go all the way up on this next one. Full roll up. Try not to use momentum. If you have to wiggle, if you have to use momentum, do what we just did. Only go all the way up. If you can do it nice and smoothly, roll over your legs. And we're going to come all the way back down. And we're going to turn onto our right side. Your knees will be bent. You want to align your back with the edge of your mat, so your back is nice and straight. You're going to have your right arm out in front of you. If it's not comfortable with your head on the floor, you can prop it up. If you've got a pillow, if you've got a yoga block, maybe even just rolling up your mat is enough to lift your head a little bit. For me, it's fine to have my head down on the floor. You're going to have your left hand not directly on top of the right, because I want the shoulders to be aligned. So if my fingers are aligned, I'm gonna have to bring that left shoulder forward in order to align my fingertips together. And I don't want that. I wanna have the shoulders stacked one on top of the other. So when you're laying down, you'll have your right arm onto the floor, and you'll have your left arm slightly back so that that left shoulder can be directly in line with the right one. Very important here. So find that alignment. You may want to start with your fingertips together and then bring your left shoulder back so that it's roughly in line with the right. Your back is straight. You're going to inhale, reach your left arm forward, up towards the ceiling rather, sorry. As you do so, your chest, your head is going to follow the motion of that arm. As you exhale, you're going to keep twisting towards the left. The head follows the movement. We're going to stay here, inhale, stay and exhale. Next inhalation, the left arm reaches up, and we're coming back towards the front, releasing the head where it was to start. And again, inhale, start to reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Head follows the movement. You open your chest and twist towards the left. We're going to stay here to inhale and stay to exhale. Next inhalation, the arm reaches up, and exhale to close it out in front of you. Just one more time. Inhale, reach the arm up. Start your exhalation when your arm is up towards the ceiling. Finish the motion all the way twisted comfortably towards the left. Stay here, inhale. Stay as you exhale. Next inhalation, your arm reaches up. And exhale, take the arm back all the way down. Carefully transition to your other side. If you had a prop under your head, you're going to take it with you onto the other side. Align your back with the edge of your mat. Align, again, your shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Inhale, we start to reach the right arm up. Exhale, we twist back. Stay here, inhale. Remain on the exhale. Next inhalation, the arm reaches up. And exhale, closes front. And again, round two. You reach up as you inhale. Follow the motion of your arm. Exhale, you twist, open towards the left. Stay to inhale. Stay to exhale. Inhale, arm reaches up. And exhale, you close it front. We've got one more round to go. Inhale, nice wide arms. Reach up. And then exhale, you twist open to the left. Stay as you inhale. Stay as you exhale. Next inhalation, your arm comes up. You exhale, close it down. You're going to flip over onto your backs. Starting with, again, your legs hip width. You can have your hands behind your head. You're going to push your lower back down. Take one leg to tabletop. Take the other leg to tabletop. From here, keeping your back pressing down, you're going to reach your right leg out diagonally in front of you. Careful, you haven't arched the back. You're going to bend the right leg and extend the left. And bend. And right. And left. Four more, alternating right, left, two more, right, and left. Now, if that was enough, you're going to keep doing these. Otherwise, we're going to go both legs at the same time. This is going to be more challenging. You're going to notice your lower back's going to want to arch, so you've got to work extra hard to keep it pressing down. Reach and bend. Otherwise, you're alternating legs. We're going to do another 4. Make sure you extend the legs all the way. 3. Nice straight knees. 2. And 1. Keep your knees bent. Release your head. Arms come down by your sides. Your palms are facing down. You're going to keep both shoulder blades flat on your mat. You're going to twist your knees towards the right. Pass through center and then twist to the left. Careful that opposite shoulder is not lifting. It's going to want to lift. You've got to work to keep it down. And then twist to the right again. And center and left. Now, this is your first variation. If you feel you've got it in you, want to go a little bit deeper, extend your legs. Same thing. To the right. Pass through center and to the left. Or you're keeping your knees bent, which is a great option. Both work the same muscles. Getting a good workout regardless. Either knees bent or knees straight. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to center. We're not done. Keeping your back down. If your legs are straight, you're going to bend them. Take your hands back behind your head. Lift head, shoulders, scapula off the mat, keeping those elbows wide. You're going to reach one leg out and switch, and switch, and reach, and reach. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 1. You're gonna add a twist. You're gonna twist towards the leg that's bent. Don't take your elbow. Keep the elbow wide. Switch sides and twist and twist. One leg extends, opposite leg bends, and you're twisting your armpit. Think about armpit towards the leg that's bent. Open those arms. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to center, bend both knees, knees to chest, just rock side to side. Now we're gonna transition to a little bit of extension work. So you're gonna flip over onto your belly. You're gonna have your, just find my hair, you're gonna have your legs open, hip width, and you're gonna have your arms bent onto the floor as such. So my arms are bent, my elbows are bent 90 degrees, and you wanna have your hands roughly in line with your ears. It's normal, your hands, your arms are gonna be off the mat. Your legs are reaching out in an external rotation, which means that your toes and knees are pointing out. You are externally rotating your thigh from your hip joint. From the elbow all the way through to the tips of your fingers, that will stay glued to the floor. Imagine someone's pulling on your big toes here. So my knees aren't just on the ground. My legs aren't just there for decor. My legs are active. I am reaching my legs so far back that my knees lift off the mat. You're gonna maintain this. You're gonna have your forehead to start on the floor. You're gonna inhale here, pull your belly button in, keep reaching your legs back, squeeze your glutes, and then you're slowly gonna start to lift your head, chest off the mat. Notice my elbows are glued to the ground, my forearms are on the floor, my hands and fingers are on the floor. I'm not looking out in front of me. I'm keeping my neck nice and long. And then release down. And again, inhale here, belly button in, squeeze your glutes, reach the legs behind you, and slowly lift. And down. Let's do 3 more. And down. We've got 2 more. And down. Keep those legs active. Shoulders away from the ears. You're lifting using your back muscles here. We're not using the neck. And down. Good. You're going to turn your head one way. Just shake out your hips here. We're going to add on to this a little bit. So the upper body will do the same thing. We're just going to add a leg lift. So starting the same way. This time, as you lift your chest, you're going to lift your right leg up. It's not going to go up very high. Don't lift it so high that your hip joint lifts off or your hip bone lifts off the mat. I'm lifting a few inches wherever is comfortable. If you feel pinching in your lower back, you've gone too high, you need to lower that leg. Maybe lifting a leg is not good for you. You're just going to keep doing the previous exercise. You're going to lower your right leg down as you take your chest down. And we're going to do the same thing. This time it's the left leg that will lift. Think about reaching through your big toe and reaching from the crown of the head and release. Back to the right. We lift. Opposition here. Legs are active. And down. And left. And down. Let's go another 4 alternating sides. Or you're keeping your legs down. That's fine as well. I know it's a lot of work on those back extensors. You should feel, you're going to feel your lower back working, but it shouldn't feel too much discomfort or definitely not any pinching. And then one more time, nice and slow. Think about lengthening as you lift and lengthening as you go down. Great job. Turn your head the opposite way. Shake out your hips. And then you can walk your legs in a little bit more narrow. Take your hands by your rib cage. Press yourselves back nice and slow. That was a lot of work on the lower back. So don't rush to get there, but you're going to come into a shell stretch. Releasing the back fully. And we're gonna come to a tabletop position, kneeling position. Your knees are in line with your hips. Your hands are in line with your shoulders. From here, I want you to spread the weight evenly between your hands and your knees. So you shouldn't feel like you're leaning towards one side or the other. We're gonna do a small exercise here. Careful also that your chest is not sagging down. So you wanna really push through your hands so that the shoulder blades remain flat on your thoracic spine. Very important here. Once you're here, pay attention to the weight on your knees. You're going to lift your right hand just a few inches, and I want you to see how that shifted the weight in your body. Chances are you now feel heavier into that right side. Place your right hand down, and then you should feel that your body's coming back to neutral. You're gonna lift your left hand. Notice how your body's probably feeling heavier into your left knee. That's normal. Take it down. We're gonna do it again to the right side. This time, I want you to focus a little bit more on that weight distribution and see if you can engage your core so much that when you pick up your right hand, you barely feel the shift. That's a lot of work. It sounds silly, but it's not an easy thing to do at all. Take your right hand down, other side, engage your core, and slowly, really challenging here, and take it down. Good job. You're gonna reach your left leg back, your toes are pointing down. Reach your right arm forward, your pinky finger is down, your thumb's facing up. As we were doing in the warm-up, careful the shoulders not coming, or that twist. So you don't want the shoulder going forward just because I'm asking you to take your arm forward. Keep that shoulder back, right? So no need to reach, just arm is straight out in front of you, maintaining your shoulders in line with each other. Your back is neutral. You're engaging through your core. You're looking down at that space to the right of your left thumb. So the neck is long. You're gonna reach up, shoulder height, hip height, no higher, and then come down. And again, we lift and down. Go up and down. Go for 6, 5, 4, keep pushing down through your left hand. You're not bending the left elbow. Last one, you're gonna hold it up, tiny pulses here. 10, you're moving up an inch, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully take your hand and knee down. Other side, reach the left leg back, reach your left arm front, but keep the shoulder in line. Here we go, we lift, arm to shoulder height, leg to hip height, and we come down. We lift and down. We've got 8, 7, keep pressing down through your right hand, 6, belly button in, no tension in the back. If you feel it, again, you know what that means, you're taking your leg up too high. And 4, 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold it up. We're gonna do our tiny pulses, up an inch, arm and leg at the same time. Keep pulling the belly button. Make sure you're looking down. You should see your right thumb. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully guide hand and knee down. You're gonna tuck your tailbone. You're gonna round your spine one bone at a time, coming to a cat stretch. And release. And again, exhale, tuck the tailbone, pull the belly button in, round your spine, one bone at a time, drop the head, really press your hands, and release. Let's do it just one more time. Tuck, start to round, and release. We're gonna get ready for some push-ups. You're gonna have your hands wider than your shoulders. Let me explain a little trick here. I see a lot of people doing push-ups too narrow, and what happens is when you bend your elbows, notice how this weird angle at the wrist, super uncomfortable for the wrist. So you want to have your arms wide enough so that when you're doing your push-up, when you're bending your elbows, notice how I've got a nice 90-degree bend here. I've got elbow stacked right on top of my wrist. And when I'm this way, it's a game changer for your push-ups. You're gonna have so much more strength. You're really gonna get into those shoulders and pec muscles, and you're not gonna feel it on your joints as much. So keeping that in mind. Nice rule of thumb is your fingers will be off your mat, maybe your thumbs on the mat, depending on the width of your shoulders, but wide, think wide. We're gonna start with a modified push-up position, which means that our knees will stay down. Now you're not gonna be resting right on top of that kneecap. That's gonna be extremely uncomfortable, not great for the knees. So you wanna have your weight right above the knee joint, on the fleshy part of your thigh. For that to happen, you need to be in that modified plank position. You need to let your hips go front without sagging, but you need to have your hips front. If my hips go up, I have no choice but to have the weight on my knees. Okay, so go forward enough so that you can feel that you're at a comfortable spot at your knees. That said, I'm not arching my back. I'm using my core muscles to pull up. From here, we're gonna bend our elbows. As you exhale, you're gonna push up. And again, inhale, bend those elbows. Exhale, push up. Good, 4 more. Bend and up. 3, up. 2 more. Bend and up. Let's go for 1 more. Exhale, push up. Sit back, take a shell stretch. Good job. So hopefully that's set up. If you're uncomfortable with push-ups, I was for the longest time until I learned the proper form. Once you've got the proper form in push-ups and planks in most exercises, it changes everything, right? So think about that when you're doing push-ups. We're gonna do another set. If you wanna have your knees off the ground, please do so. I'm gonna keep mine down. You choose. We're all at different levels, but knees off or down, your arms are wide, your core is engaged, your neck is nice and long. Here we go. Inhale down, exhale up. We're doing 6. Bend, exhale up. 4 more. And 3. And 2. 1 more. Push it up. Sit back. You're going to take your knees nice and wide, toes together. Come into a nice shell stretch here, reaching your arms out in front of you. Your forehead can come down onto the floor. If your head doesn't reach the ground, it's best to have your head supported. So you can either use, again, a pillow, a yoga block, or stack your fists and then just rest your forehead on your top fist. And slowly coming up, we're gonna come to a comfortable seated position. Knees crossed on your knees, legs wide, legs straight. Doesn't matter, as long as you can keep an upright position. You're gonna inhale, reach your arms up, keeping the shoulders low. Exhale, and again, inhale, the arms come up. And exhale, just 1 more time. Inhale, taking your hands into prayer, exhaling through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me along again today. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're feeling great, and I will see you guys again sometime soon. Take care and aloha.